McDermott. Number 4. Mid-wicket. 4 runs. Well, this is astonishing. Absolutely amazing. And this 90,000 crowd are getting the entertainment they so patiently waited for right throughout the day. 90,000 impartial viewers are at least having a game that's worth seeing, and a tremendous finish. 20 to win, 13 balls. Last ball, De Freitas keeps strike. 19 runs England require to win, and there are 12 balls left.
Yes, and no longer the safety margin of that 1 run with a dead heat now that they've lost more wickets, so 19 it is. 2 overs to be bowled. How would you like to be either Steve Waugh or Craig McDermott, or for that matter Neil Foster, or Philip De Freitas, or even Gladstone Small and Eddie Hemming? The only people left to figure in the spotlight. That's what they have to do. 19 of 2 overs. Waugh to bowl to De Freitas.
There are 4 men inside the circle, of course, and the keeper and the bowler. Everyone else around the boundary line. In comes Steve Waugh. Oh. Well, that all but bowled him. I don't think De Freitas is going to hang around here.
Well, every sign of enjoying it. Down.
Oh, dear.
One more coat of paint on the bail. It isn't that funny.
1 ball gone, so it's now 11 balls. 19 wanted. Appeal for a catch. Not given out. Everyone waits.
Alan Board has had a word with the umpire. Appeared to be an inside edge, or so the Australians thought. Whether it carried or not is doubtful. Square leg umpire, who, to get out of the sun, has gone over to point. He made no signal, so umpire Gupta could do nothing else but rule the catch out. Steve Waugh, normally phlegmatic, very disappointed. De Freitas, I don't know.
They didn't look as if it carried, but there we are. It's Australia boys really thought it had. 19 to win, 10 balls. That could be out. Yes, it's caught. Good catch, Bruce Reid. De Freitas scored a marvellous 17, but he's gone now, caught by Reid at long off of the bowling of Waugh.
Well, look at that innings of De Freitas. 2 4s and a 6 off just 10 deliveries. This is how it ended. Going for the big one again. Picking the tallest man in the game, Bruce Reid. Reid catching it in that typical, familiar Australian reverse hand take.
Well, what a marvellous ending. 9 balls left. 3 in this over by Steve Waugh, and England 19 runs short. All looks to be lurching Australia's way, and you can't deny them that. And yet this is a brave effort, led by De Freitas down the order. Before that by Lamb.
Well, you do this and I'll do that.
There is one more man padded up. Bless him. And that's Eddie Hemmings. More to Foster. Leg by. And now very little sunshine at all available on this ground. Just catching the top half of Steve Waugh. Sun dropping fast. England's chances receding fast. But this is Gladstone Small. Oh dear, Gladstone, where are you going? It's Sunday, Calcutta. World Cup final. 1 to Gladstone Small. It's in the air. First bounce to Reed. 17 to win. 7 balls left. Well bowled. Very good bowling by Steve Waugh, the in-drifting Yorker. High court end. 6 balls left in this innings, 17 runs to make Gladstone Small the batsman. That's one out of the way, says Alan Border. Someone has to hit a boundary, or 2, or 3. Yes. Oh, well, that's going back and over, I'm afraid. Back a ball, rather. This is Neil Foster. 16 runs to win. 5 balls to go. Australia now so close. Gone somewhere. Mid-wicket. Two runs to Foster. But it's all getting a little bit too late. 14 to win, 4 balls. In case you want to know the score, it's 240. Another single, and that's in vain, I think. Now, 3 balls left, and you don't have to be a betting man to fancy Australia now.
Well, you've only got to look at the wides and no balls handed over by England. Australia gave some overthrows back, but really, some of the England batsmen will look at the final decisive margin and just wonder how they got out, why they got out, when they got out. That's one-day cricket. Australia now on the verge.
Just a single. Two balls left. 2 sixes will win it.
Sixes would win it and have Craig McDermott, I think, reaching to the razor blades.
Well, let's not forget no balls. All things possible, but Australia are now 2 balls, or maybe 1, from victory. It's along the ground. It'll be another single. That's going to be it. They must have the last ball. It might be a no ball. You might have a wide. You never know what's going to come.
Just had 4 of his teammates go to him and suggest that a no ball wouldn't be a good idea. Anything other than a no ball or a wide will do. Let him hit you for 6.
so really all over. What a cheer. Noble effort by Foster. His job's bowling, not batting. Picked up on the deep cover boundary by Valletta. They take two and listen to the acclaim to be cheered by 90,000 spectators at Eden Gardens, Calcutta, and take your first World Cup. That is Australia's joy and England's misery. I'm not sure if misery is the right word, because this match has been played in tremendous spirit. Great friendship and rivalry between these teams, but the caption says it all. Australia wins Reliance Cup.
Just by 7 runs. The margin perhaps a little flattering in the end, because England, from the time Steve Waugh came back to take those wickets, to bowl as tightly as he did, well, Australia tightened the grip that really they've held throughout the majority of the match. Mike Gatting commiserating with Neil Foster as he wends a lonely way off the pitch with the rest of the Australian party, the manager Bobby Simpson, team manager, plus the other 3 reserve players, and Mike Gatting going over now to get in among the Australians to offer his congratulations, if he can get to them.
Oh, well, it's been a marvellous occasion, and, dare I say, it's uniquely Indian, and so it should be. The World Cup, in fact, today belongs to the world. For the first time, it's been played out of England with tremendous flair, panache. Prize money, well, who cares? I think the players might do when they've downed a couple of beers and shaken a few hands. The official margin, Australia have won the World Cup by 7 runs. England's final score, 246 for 8. And all sorts of things are planned now. I can tell you there's to be the official presentation with those military gentlemen or policemen in white marching around. And here is the cup. I must tell you that this is an extremely precious cup. 24 inches high, 14 pounds in weight. It's made by the craftsmen of Jaipur. The cup is gold plated, 24-carat gold. Underneath is pure silver. Really is a tremendous work of craft. The crown on top, the Reliance logo, is in pure diamonds. And then around the body are the 8 inscribed flags of the participating nations. A truly wonderful trophy to win. In fact, the trophy will always stay here in India, but a wonderful replica is going to go with the Australians back to Australia. Well, I must say, in India, presentations at the end of matches take many forms. They can range from the most glorious and colourful and beautiful to total shambles. That is the nature of the country. While they're setting up, you might want to see, in Australia, a few glorious England wickets. At home in England, a few painful processes. Tim Robinson, alas, out to his first ball. Graham Gooch, having scored 35. Mike Gatting, I hope he never sees this. And that's Phil Athey. He'd like to see this. I think Phil Athey thought he was in. It was so close, I don't think he could ever say he was with certainty. In the hands, through the stumps, looked out. Paul Downton trying to win the game on his own in the middle of the order. Hit the toe end of the bat. Simon O'Donnell, the catcher. The end of Lammy. And John Embury. Even a man as experienced as Embury set off on a blind man's mission. De Freitas. And there we are. Well done, Allan Border. It's a beautiful trophy, well won. And this moment really crowns a marvellous World Cup played in India, in Eden Gardens, Calcutta. It's a fabulous stage for a very rich prize. And if the Australians are interested, £30,000 to the winning team. Borders worked so hard to mould this young side over a couple of years.
Well, what a great moment for Allan Border and his team. They've won the World Cup by 7 runs, and they're now doing a lap of honour at Eden Gardens in front of a crowd estimated to be around about 90,000. Victory by 7 runs in the World Cup of 1987 to Australia, defeating England, and they win £30,000 for first prize, which with the exchange rate as it is at the moment, is plenty of spondulic. Man of the Match award going to David Boone, and he really set Australia on the right path with his fine innings of 75. So the Australians once again batting first and making a good score, and they would be delighted.